Here we are, back again. New version, Pegasus Trail 3 GTX. Let it be known that I wore the hell out of my Pegasus Trail 2 GTX. I'm a huge fan of dry feet, big fan. I also feel like these React midsoles stay plush and bouncy much longer than other midsole foams, so value for that dollar, longevity, durability, I'm with that. Some do want a more stable shoe on the trails. They don't want this high stack of bouncy foam under their feet, and no shoe is perfect. But try and find a comfortable, waterproof running/hiking shoe hybrid that looks decent, doesn't have an all plastic looking upper, and has a plush midsole that keeps its bouncy properties through hundreds of miles. It's honestly harder than you would think. The midsoles on my Trail 2s are still feeling great after 11 months of almost daily wear, but the reason why I wanted these new updated versions was because the last time I walked my dog in the rain, I noticed a wet spot on my sock when I came home, which means the Gore-Tex layer is finally leaking. But after that many miles and 11 months, I was expecting that to happen. It wasn't a huge leak, but I wanted to be prepared for winter and also see what updates they've made to these new Trail 3 GTX versions. So let's have a look at these waterproof beasts. Like last year's version, you get a textile upper, but this new version has a slightly tighter weave. But that upper includes that waterproof Gore-Tex layer. Graphics included in case you wanted other people to know your feet are drier than theirs. An additional gaiter around the collar keeps debris and water from getting inside your shoe. It works fairly well. Around back you get an updated pull tab and minor aesthetic changes to the heel counter design, but the nylon fabric and fused look is the same. The lacing also has an updated look with these rubber and fuse reinforced eyelets. The tongue has a altered shape and more padding than the Trail 2. The graphics have also been updated and they are not reflective like they were before, kind of a bummer. The toe does seem to have a more prevalent fused toe cap, but very similar to the Trail 2. The toe box shape has been slightly altered to, I presume, help with the fit. I'll talk about that later. The React midsole and the outsole are the same as the previous version, with a plush 24.5mm stack height in the back and a 15mm in the forefoot. So that's a 9.5mm drop, folks. The outsole here is inspired by bike treads, and I've heard some complain about it, but for a hybrid trail road shoe, it does a fairly decent job. It's not top of the class on trails depending on your terrain, but for what I need, it works. There is no rock plate here, but with that plush midsole, I've never had a problem, and I expect you won't either. Gravel roads are one place I found the shoe does work well on, so it has that. As far as the interior is concerned, you get that Achilles pillow style pad in the heel and the same removable insole as the previous version. Something new with this version is what Nike calls a dynamic fit band system here through the midfoot that's supposed to give you a more secure fit and lockdown feel to get rid of that heel slippage that some people complained about with the GTX 2. Although I didn't really have a problem with that. In reality though, I do feel the fit is slightly better. You are able to get a more secure fit around the midfoot to lock down that heel. The fit is true to size for me, but if you have a wider foot, remember this is a narrower shoe, it's a running shoe. You may want to try them on in store, try a half size up, but they probably won't work for you if you have a wide foot. The weight is around 11 ounces for a size 9. A little on the beefy side, but they don't feel that way on foot. If these 3s are anything like the 2s, they're built like a tank, and other than runners who are extremely specific and picky about what they run in, for reason. But other than them, I'd recommend these shoes to anyone that has to spend a lot of time in wet weather, rain or snow. Walking your dog, working, refereeing a youth soccer game, whatever it is, you will be dry and comfortable day after day. If you don't like this colorway, they have a few more about to drop, so maybe those will pique your interest. Should you get these instead of the 2s? Well, I'd say if you find the 2s at a really good price, go ahead and go for those. But if you find them at a price where it's really close, the price is negligible, I'd say go ahead and get these 3s. Alright? Till next time, later.